Okay, this poem is called Checkmate. Okay, here we go. This poem is a tribute to users of heroin and or cocaine. A statement to the sellers of such. Charge it to the game. Oh, that's cool. Your woman sleeping with your friends because you're in jail. Your mom, your dad, your homie simply refuse to post your bail. Your baby's mama asks for money you know she does not need to support that nasty, filthy habit of drinking and smoking weed. The cars you wind up driving turn up missing every now and then. Never once reported stolen in fear the thief may be a so-called friend. Feeling real good about your release cause a new hustle came to mind. Just a coded message you've given yourself. I want to do more time. All those years I've sacrificed all those years you sacrificed what you need to get what you want, only to find out from experience what you want you really don't. After 8 hours of working, I go home to take a rest. After 12, 16, or 24 hours as a hustler, you're a mess. At times, I go to the movies or rent a blockbuster video. The life you live on the street corner is the only movie you know. I make love to my wife in the morning and hold her close to me at night. You pay the neighborhood prostitute hoping this time she'll get it right. Now, if a person gets addicted to heroin or cocaine, they too are fools just like the dealer. Just another pawn in this foolish game. And that's that. Checkmate. Now, I had to read that over before I could read it to you. Not really. Technically, I did, but I didn't. I wanted to see what it was talking about. Because a lot of times now, if you notice, on these sessions, I don't cut. I mean, if I mess up, guess what? I don't turn it off and start back over. I say it's unnecessary. I'm not going to do it because, I'm just not. I've done it too many times before, not during this segment, not during hands up segment, but during other stuff that I've done. Until when I came to Primopoet Uncut, and then now to this hands up, and then so forth. There's a lot of other stuff. Anyway, so now checkmate. After reading it and understanding it, see, I like to play the game of chess. Checkmate is when a person loses in the chess game. Means their king is their king is in check and cannot get out of check, and therefore you tilt your king or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's checkmate. Well, in life, checkmate applies just as well, because see, if you're a dealer of drugs or something like that, then you're playing a game. If you're a user, you're playing a game. All of it is a game. But know this particular game, there are no winners and there are no losers. Now, given from a society's grade on a curve, then there are levels of good and levels of bad. There are levels of bad. All of it's bad, but there are levels to it. Like a drug dealer who has morals or standards about himself says, I'll sell crack, but I will never sell it to a pregnant woman. Okay, so you would just sell it to someone who's getting, you would sell it to someone who's not pregnant in order to give it to a pregnant woman. Oh, but I really don't know if they're giving it to a pregnant woman or not. Hey, no, you don't know. But you're still selling it. Okay, that's cool, no problem. Okay, another, good, bad scenario, this, that, and the other. Now, if your kid, if you're watching a television show that you don't think your kids should watch, first thing we do is we go to the ratings, or we say something like, okay, this is a R-rated show, you cannot watch it. Okay, that's good. You kept your child from watching something that's corrupting your mind. So since it's corrupting your mind, it's definitely corrupting your actions, either through your actions physically doing it or the lack thereof of action, which is in most parents' case, the lack of action. That's where the corruptibility comes. when you become so incensed to the things that's going on TV, you become insensitive to it. You see someone getting shot in the street on TV, it's like whatever. You know, you see someone getting in a fight, it's like whatever. You know, okay, that's cool. They may use foul language and everything like that. You say, oh, I don't have to use that foul language, but I'm an adult and I'm allowed to. Okay, whatever, all that kind of stuff. To the point when it starts to happen in your own household, or either it happens in your own neighborhood, you become incensed to it. You name one person who, when they see a fight, don't go run and find out what's going on. You have general conversation with anyone around, and I guarantee you the first thing that's going to come out of their mouth, not the first primarily, but for the most part, the conversation is going to go with something like this. Hey, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? Okay. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. There is very few positive things that come out of having a conversation with people idly when it has nothing to do with spiritual-based, things that are spiritual-based or moralistically based. You know, I need not to go up to someone and, hey, how you doing? Okay, so why? No, I don't need to do that. I have no need. I have no desire to do that in some cases. But when I get the desire, guess what? I do it just as well as anybody else. I guess the only thing we have to do is minimize our desires or observe our desires. Observe what your desire is in any given notion. Observe what it is that you desire. Once you get that observation, you ask yourself, does Christ desire the same thing? If your answer is hesitant or your question is no, then you need to check yourself on your desires. You know? He says to pray without ceasing. That means be in a constant line of communication with him. And if you're in a constant line of communication with him, how are you going to have time to swerve away your mind around things that are less palatable when it comes down to spirituality? Okay, so this was called Checkmate, and guaranteed, in this thing called Checkmate, when it talks about, I mean, every little thing it talks about, it says, let's see, your baby's mama asks for money you know she doesn't need to support that nasty, filthy habit of drinking and smoking weed. Come on now. What baby mama out here don't? What do you think the term baby mama comes from? Baby mama comes from, just in general, comes from a man who goes out and has sex with a woman, or vice versa, whatever, and then 9 months later a baby comes out, and he's like, she's baby mama, you know. Come on now, she's baby mama. That means she is not your girlfriend, she is not your wife, none of that, she's just your baby mama. That person, if you go to see your baby mama, this is all every single man that I know of excuse when they go to see their baby mama. It is not to see the freaking children. Are you crazy? It's not to go see them. It's to go find out first what she's doing, who she's sleeping with, and everything like that. And then to make sure that his foot can still be in the door, because he knows the woman that he's with is about getting tired of his crazy self, or he's actually getting tired of himself with this woman. It's just a commonality that we go through. Okay. So that's where baby mama comes from. That's in this time, that's what baby mama is. I'm going to write about that one of these days, baby mama, what it truly stands for, baby mama. Okay, anyway. But this poem, Checkmate, you have to listen to it again. You'll not really have to, but if you listen to it again, find it. And sorry I'm giving all these interludes, but that's what I do. But the next poem we're coming up to is called Continuous Process. Promise this will be shorter.